Welcome to beautiful Turkey and the Kaş Marina in Kaş, Turkey. You're about to get a video walkthrough of Duet, which is a Arrow 1316 Schionning design, and we're going to try to show you all the features of the boat as we show you the layout. So first of all, we'll start with the cockpit in the back area here, and you can see that there's two helm positions. Each helm position allows you to move the wheel to a center position. This is great if you're coming into port and you want to even stand up here, get a better look. This position is wonderful when you're sailing. You can get a good look at the sails. And if it's stormy weather and you want to be inside looking through the windows, then this is a better position to be in. Also, great feature because it allows you to get the wheel out of the way when you're enjoying the cockpit. Big spacious cockpit. Okay, let's start at the back here. We have a duck board that runs the length of the boat, so your dinghy is very secure. It's not just hanging by davits, it's actually sitting down on chocks on the duck board. A very innovative system here to allow you to launch your dinghy. This is a derrick pole which comes out, goes out over the boat, lift the dinghy, drop the dinghy in the water, and again lift it back down into the chocks, and then this folds away. And then you simply tie up the dinghy and you're good to go. This boat has a very nice AB aluminum bottom, lightweight 9.8 AB Italian made dinghy with a 15 horsepower two-stroke engine, so it'll get up and plane with 4 people in on board, no problem, and you can just fly on that. It's also very light and easy to bring onto shore. The next thing I'd like to go over is some of the sailing control features. Everything is led back to the cockpit here, so this is very easy to control the boat. You have your main sheet traveler, electric winches, and all your reefing lines and your main halyard are led back to this point here, so you can use your electric winch to raise the sails, to reef the boat. These are the aft reefs, the forward reefs. Very easy system. And then there's a nice little stowage place for your lines. There's lots of stowage along the back of the boat here. All of these open up for stowing lines, whatever the case may be, whatever you have. The boat has hot and cold water for the transom. Of course, this winch is also electric. These are oversized primary winches, so when you're handling the foresails, you have your choice of using these winches, or you can actually run back to the powered winches as well through this turning block. It makes it very easy to run. This boat can be single hand very easily. The next thing I'll show is the daggerboards. The daggerboards controls are right here again in the cockpit. You can raise and lower the daggerboards very easily. The daggerboards are specially made. There's not just a trunk, but there's bearings inside the trunk which allow the daggerboard to slide up and down, so you don't have to struggle with it and it doesn't bang. So here we have some of the controls. Here's the engine controls for the OceanVolt electric engines. Go over a bit more about those in a second. And this is the display for the OceanVolt system, the B&G autopilot, and the Triton display, multi-purpose display. Now this is a completely manual steering is done via cables which run through the duckbill, Kevlar cables and so you get a great feel on the helm. You can feel every little bit of the rudder. There's no play in the rudder. You feel everything that you're doing, so it's a pleasure to sail. You get a great feel with these carbon wheels, and the control bar runs right through the back of the duckbill, and each side is connected. You can connect one side. If you lost one rudder, you can connect one of the wheels and then just run on the other one. So it has a built-in safety system that way too. Talking about safety, we have our 6-man life raft ready to go at the back of the transom here. Special electric plug, the smart plug, keep corrosion to a minimum. And we have this section here. There's storage under here as well. We also have our waste tanks in here. So there's huge storage here. And the waste tanks are there, as well. And then we have the next area here is generator, water maker equipment, and engine compartment. These OceanVolt engines are 10 kilowatt engines, and they're air cooled. So you can see the big gray hose right there. That's cooling. That is attached to a blower which cools the engine, so you don't have to worry about water ingress into your engines. They're shaft engines, and so you don't have to worry about sail drives and all that stuff. Very nice. B&G system, and again the other side for the OceanVolt system. Let's just walk up on deck. This system has a carbon mast and a carbon boom and Kevlar rigging on the shrouds, all very lightweight. North sails, lifeline, and we get more storage on the deck. Huge deck area, huge opening windows, letting the air through for ventilation. We have our water system here, 400 liters of water, 2 cabin skylights. Here we have a hatch where we have the sea anchor ready to go. We have our ground tackle, which is the Ultra 27 kilogram Ultra anchor, 8 millimeter high test chain, and we have 400 feet of chain and 100 feet of rode, which works very well. Dual trampolines in the front. These are very sturdy, very strong, and also very comfortable. North sail jib, which is a great cruising laminate design. And then we have the Code Zero set up with a continuous reefing furler. This boat will sail at wind speed or close to wind speed in almost all conditions over 5 knots. Depending on the crew, of course, and how you're operating, and depending on conditions, but you can get very, very close to wind speed sailing this boat, and we've had it up to 20 knots. So the performance is there, but we also wanted to have comfort. So let's go inside and take a look. Oh, before we do that, maybe I should we do have our halyards here for the other sails coming down to this winch, and a bag for those sails, solar panels, and the tracking system for the jib. This is a great jib system. when you're going against the wind, which this boat does very well. In fact, it rivals any monohull going against the wind. You can set this sail up so it's self-tacking, and as you tack from a close reach to close reach, the sail just moves back and forth, makes it very easy for you to tack upwind. Of course, with the daggerboards down all the way. All right, see if there's anything else I need to. We talked about the ground tackle. Of course, there's your switches up and down for the anchor. I don't know if you can get a glimpse of the ultra anchor sitting in there. It sits nicely in there on a roller, custom roller. All right. So let's, of course you have a nice big area here for lounging, nice table, and seating for 6-8 people, no problem. More stowage under here. There's also stowage here. Your fuel tanks are centralized right there. Your fuel systems are underneath that couch here. This boat also has installed a fuel polishing system, the RCI fuel polishing system, so you never have to worry about dirty fuel. It's cleaning the fuel as it's using it. And there's also a bypass and a pump so that you can polish your own fuel on board if you did end up with dirty fuel. You can polish it and clean it out and put it back into the tank, all just by flipping a switch, turning on a pump. All right, so lots of ventilation. The doors open up and you come into the main salon. So we have lots of room here. Great, very comfortable place to relax. This back comes off and this becomes actually a day bed, which is very useful for if someone is next to come up and watch. It's nice to have them here where they can snooze, but they can also be available if you have an issue you need someone to help you with when you're doing a watch. So that's a great thing. You can sit here and watch your progress on the computer with the OpenCN system running. It's connected to also our BNG main system. Get all your information. The way this is laid out, because this is an electric boat, batteries are all underneath here on the center line. All your weight on this boat is centered, so it keeps the boat from hobby horsing, keeps the boat from it keeps it acting really well in the seaway. Even with rough waves, this boat, it's amazing how stable it is. The width of the boat and the narrow hulls really make this boat perform well in a seaway, and it compares very well with the best production boats, actually better than the production boats. I used to have a Katana, and I can tell you this boat in the seaway outperforms those boats by quite a margin. So next we have the Galley. Tons of counter space here. We have an electric stove. This is a what do you call them? Induction stove. So it doesn't use a lot of power, heats up very quickly. Have special pots and pans that you use for that. But because we have a lot of power on board, we have a generator which we use as backup for the electric engines. We have the ability to have not to have propane, save the problem of getting propane and in remote areas, and always have our cooking ready to go. This is storage, lots of storage here. These are big drawers that are very deep. They go all the way back. You've got your waste bucket here, your sink here, your fridge, and here's your nav station. Fridge and freezer. all your instruments ready to go. There's the generator control, the repeater for the B&G system, your complete electronics and battery display, the Victron, all your electrical, everything ready to go. Tank displays, everything in one place. Radio, even your sound system. It's a great nav station. You can use charts here. You can even use this counter for either cooking or laying out full-size charts, which is very nice. So we'll go down to into the owner's cabin now. Also, you'll notice that there's handholds all through the boat where necessary, so if you're in a rough seaway, you always have some place that you can hang on. Let's come down into the owner's cabin and follow me into the head. We have a nice big, generous sized head here. We have all your toiletries and everything there. And this is what my wife really likes. The washing machine is hidden away right there. It's very easy to operate. Again, with the electrics on this boat, we have no problem running the washing machine. And more storage here. And as you come back into the shower compartment, we have access to the engine room from here as well as access to the water maker control right here, which makes it very easy to run your water maker. This is a very manual, this is a Cruise RO water maker system, very manual, very powerful, produces a lot of water, and it's not automatic, which is a good thing because I had an automatic water maker before, and as soon as the automatic part starts going, here's your refill for your engine coolant, and a great huge shower with an opening hatch and a window. All right. Electric toilets, hassle-free. I should mention that the flooring in this boat was custom put in, and it's very hard-wearing vinyl flooring. It looks beautiful, but it's also very good for water, sand, anything like that. Nothing touches it. Oh, just past the pantry, nice big pantry here for all your pantry items. This is the daggerboard trunk right here, so in the scheme of things, it's really hidden. You don't even know that it's there. And queen bed. In this design, the Schionning design, you have very easy access, good headroom. Jump into your very comfortable bed. What we've done here for our bed is also put springs on the bottom as well as the full mattress, so it makes it a very, very comfortable system. Your remote control for your air conditioning is right here, and both cabins have their own control for air conditioning, so you can go to sleep at night even in the hottest climates in a nice cool cabin and get a good night's sleep, which is important. On this side we have more storage for your clothes. We have some hanging lockers as we move through into the companionway into the office. We have a little lock-up hatch back there. More hanging lockers. And come and follow me into the office. I'll just sit down while you come in, and then close the door, and you'll see from the back side that there's also a dressing area behind me where you can get dressed, have your wife can have all her stuff there, and a nice beautiful office area where you can do your work, have your printer, laptops, whatever you need, files, and you've got air coming in, you've got a skylight. It's a nice, pleasant place to work. So for those of you who may want to work aboard a vessel, here you go. Perfect thing. You have your your network, your laptop, your printers, your information, your files can be down there, and you can do your work in comfort. So we'll move across to the guest hall. Oh, yeah, as you're coming up, you can see the freezer and fridge, plenty of space. There's also storage under this settee, storage under this one. Like I mentioned, the batteries are in there. There's also storage under here, access from that cabin. And so there's one head on that side, there's another head on this side, and this head doubles as a shared head for both guest cabins and a day head. Very easy to just pop down here and use this head without even going into your guest cabin. So follow me into the guest cabin. The guest cabin is like a mirror of the owner's cabin. Only difference is it starts here and ends in the bow, and instead of an office, you've got a huge shower area and a really nice. This is all bamboo, by the way. It's very pretty, but it also keeps the weight down. It's infused bamboo with Corecell. The whole boat, well, this boat is a very light boat because it's built in a special way with epoxy and Corecell and carbon and e-glass. So here's your huge shower for your guests. So I don't know if your guests like to double up on their showers. There's definitely room for two. Again, you have ventilation. These are the emergency escape hatches, one on each side, and ventilation, hatch ventilation as well. And the cabins also have fans and air condition and ventilation skylights above your window, which is wonderful if you're laying in bed and you just open up the hatch and you can see the stars or the moon at night and fall asleep in comfort with the air conditioning running, and it's wonderful. Again, for your guests, you have storage here for their clothes and stuff. We've got it all full of our stuff right now. Oh, I should mention, in behind the door here we have a little area for your vacuum. We have our pressure washer, our brooms, like a broom closet kind of thing. That just sits in behind the door here. Charging station here for laptops, power, more access for storage, and the day head. I think you already got a shot of that. So that just has a toilet and a sink, and the shower is in the bow. So, a little bit about the construction of Duet. Here's the owner's manual. Like I mentioned before, Duet is category A, CE, and here's the load allowances. So you have maximum displacement of 8,500 kilograms. You have 1,000 square foot main and jib, which is for the size of this for a 45-foot catamaran. That's actually a small amount of sails, but because the boat drives so easily, you don't need as many sails to go the speeds that you want. So that is Duet. 3 cabins. Oh, I didn't mention, there's this smaller double cabin to the aft of the companionway here. And that rounds up the accommodation for Duet. Hope you enjoyed the video tour, and if you want any more information, then we'd be happy to let you know. Just email us at the link provided below. Thank you.